Welcome back to Behind the Glass and to an all-new season. In Season 3, we will be on the road quite a bit, touring the facilities of some of our closest partners. When we're not on the road, we're going to be inside the Sportsman facility yet again, taking a look at new and improved processes and much more. Before we get into all of that Season 3 holds, let's take a look at Season 2 and some of the incredible boat building techniques we learned and recap where all we traveled. In Episode 1, we dove into one of the most highly skilled areas of our facility and took a look at the process of vacuum infusion. Infusion is the process of laying dry fiberglass and cording materials into the mold, placing a large bag full of vacuum lines around the part and injecting it with resin to create the strongest and lightest parts possible. At Sportsman, we are using vacuum infusion for several pieces. To start, the Open 352 features a vacuum-infused hull, stringer, and deck. The three key pieces of the boat are built using this method to reduce weight and improve performance while creating a very strong part. Additionally, we infuse all hardtops as well as the stringers for the Open 302 and Open 322. The team in this area is one of the most highly skilled teams in our entire facility. The next episode used what we learned the week prior to show the process of building our fiberglass hardtop, which also uses the vacuum infusion process. The hardtop design for a Sportsman boat is an iconic theme separating a sportsman from the rest on the water, and it's an integral part of the Sportsman design language. Its oversized design allows for the extra shade all around the boat, and it's mounted using the beautiful D-tubing console design. The hardtop is constructed using two parts each, which are vacuum infused. This allows for a finished surface on both sides and a large cavity inside for all of the features built in. A Sportsman hardtop features 4 to 6 speaker locations, VHF, storage, lighting, such as the molded-in navigation lights, and design-in locations for optional equipment, such as outriggers, radars, and more. The use of vacuum infusion keeps these oversized hardtops lightweight while retaining the rigidity to handle rough offshore conditions underway. Next, we headed to the airport and caught a flight to Miramar, Florida. We met up with some of our friends at JL Audio and got a chance to tour their state-of-the-art facility where they build their world-class speakers. The tour taught us exactly how JL Audio builds each of their speakers. One of the coolest parts of the build is how the motor becomes magnetized and will forever remain magnetized, which is how it produces sound through its interaction with the voice coil. This interaction creates movement, and that movement is what produces the sound that you hear through your speakers. The following week, we took a look into another process inside of the Sportsman facility. While the process is similar to vacuum infusion, it's also quite different, and it's one of the most critical processes to ensure each Sportsman boat features the fit and finish you've come to know and love. Light resin transfer molding, or light RTM for short, is the process in which two molds, an A and B mold, are filled with dry fiberglass and cording materials similar to vacuum infusion. The difference is how the parts are joined together. Before any resin is let into the part, the two pieces are placed together and put under vacuum. Next, resin will be let in and the two pieces will be forever permatized, creating a single piece with finished sides on both top and bottom. You'll recognize this when you look at the fiberglass parts, such as lids, across all Sportsman boats. They'll have a finished top side and bottom side, creating a beautiful fiberglass piece. Heading into the next episode, we began looking at the performance testing of each Sportsman boat from 28 feet and up. The team at Sportsman will do performance and quality control testing on the water for all boats 28 feet and up. Additionally, any model with new engine packages that has not been tested will also head to the water for performance testing. In this episode, we got to see how our technical team works hand in hand with Yamaha's reps to do performance testing of each new engine package and ensure that the engines are mounted at the correct height, as well as propped correctly for maximum performance and fuel economy. Additionally, we dove into the testing done for quality control purposes to ensure that the boats are delivered at the highest quality possible. This next episode opened the doors to one of Sportsman's biggest secrets to date. With such a heavy new product timeline and innovative designs built into every boat, we had to invest in a piece of equipment and a team to operate it that very few boat builders dare to bring into their facilities. The 5-axis mill was an integral part for the redesign of every model in the lineup at Sportsman. Our in-house team of designers and engineers spent countless hours creating detailed models of every boat. Those designs were then cut by the 5-axis mill that sits in its very own building on our campus. The reason for taking such a skilled process was to maintain full control of the final part. The mill is used for cutting plugs. These are composite replicas of the boat and are used to create molds which are then used to build boats that you see on the water. Throughout the process of cutting the plugs, minor changes may need to be made, and it's easily done when engineers are able to view the process on site daily. When done by a third party, needed changes are much more difficult to notice or have completed. Lastly, this kept our innovative hull designs within the 4 walls of our building and sped up the process to bringing a new product to market exponentially. Having such a high-tech team and incredible team to run it has been what allowed Sportsman to redesign the entire product lineup within 5 short years. The next episode was quite different from others. Instead of focusing on one process, we dove into the questions and myths we hear about boat building across the industry. To start off, we tackled the myth that the process of laying fiberglass with a chopper gun is bad boat building. The reason being, we explained, is similar to that of wrapping a gift. Using dry fiberglass is easy when laying across large flat surfaces. However, when moving to areas with tight radiuses, dry fiberglass is difficult to fit perfectly. This is where the gift wrapping analogy comes to life. Wrapping paper around a square box is easy to lay flat with no creases, but if you were to wrap an odd-shaped gift, you'd have a hard time removing any creases and would be left with weak areas prone to tearing due to air between the paper and item. This is similar to a boat. Dry fiberglass along areas such as decks makes adhesion between fiberglass and the mold tough and results in air between the two, creating air voids. It's for this reason that the chopper gun method is so critical to the boat building process. To get the best results with the perfect layer of fiberglass each time, the operators must be highly skilled and know the correct ratio of fiberglass to resin for each layer. Other questions answered were, does Sportsman use wood? We in fact have never used wood in our boat builds and instead use composite materials which reduce weight, increase strength, and will never rot. Lastly, we answered the question we get the most. How long does it take to build a boat? While this question does not have a definitive answer, the majority of our boats take anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks to complete. We got back on the road for our next episode, and we caught a flight to Pennsylvania to visit our friends at Keeper. Keeper Gyro is offered on select models within our Open series, starting from the Open 352 down to our Open 262. We've begun designing Keeper Gyro into our boats due to its popularity and the incredible comfort it brings to anyone taking their boat offshore. The tour took us through their facility, which is spread out over an incredibly historic campus, where we got to see everything from the machining of the flywheels to the full assembly process of the Keeper Gyros. Throughout the tour, we saw their test facilities, where each unit undergoes hours of rigorous testing to ensure that it's in perfect operating order before it heads out to be installed. At the end, we took a short drive to their new facility that they had just purchased that would soon become the new home for the entire brand's manufacturing. For the final episode of our season, we sat down with our team and discussed the all-new Sportsman design language. In 2019, our team decided it was time to take Sportsman to an entirely new level. Customers wanted new, modern product featuring the highest quality, technology, design, and basic creature comforts designed into each and every boat. This is what inspired the new Sportsman design language, and it all started with the Open 352. The deep dive into our design language shows exactly how and why we came up with it and how it propelled Sportsman brand to become the premier center console brand on the market. Season 2 was an incredible season of Behind the Glass. We were able to branch out from our manufacturing and learn more about the products that we use every day in our boats. The incredible reaction gave way to yet another amazing year creating Season 3. In this coming season, we will travel to visit even more partners and show you their manufacturing processes. We will dive into new processes here at Sportsman and even showcase the expansions that we've continued for better output and production. If you're eager to learn more about Sportsman and all of the partners that we work hand in hand with every day, you'll love Season 3. We hope you've enjoyed this recap of Behind the Glass Season 2, and as always, don't forget to subscribe for the latest episodes and other content from Sportsman Boats. Thanks for watching.